When in a fight, there are really only two things you can do to a man. You can either damage him or control him.
The Force-Objective Duality. Brought to you by Epoch Martial Arts. Martial arts expert Scott Gehring.
Hi, this is Scott Gehring with Headbutt Martial Arts. Today we're going to be reviewing the Force-Objective Duality. What exactly is the Force-Objective Duality? The Force-Objective Duality is the relationship between damage and control in a fight. Why a duality? Well, because if I'm in a fight and I apply damage to an opponent, that will create control. And the inverse is true. If I'm in a fight and I apply control to an opponent, that creates damage. And it's this tension spring, it's this yin and yang that creates the Force-Objective Duality. We're going to review this tension spring, how this duality works, and when to apply it. Stay tuned.
In terms of first principles, the Force-Objective Duality states when applying force there are two possible sub-objectives, damage or control. Everything else is a variation of these two sub-objectives. Control creates damage, and damage creates control. How and when is the Force-Objective Duality applied in fighting? To help answer this question, we look to the four vectors of attack between actors across time and distance. The four vectors are entry, pressure, objective, and clearing. The four vectors are represented with the acronym EPOC, and when put together create a four-dimensional curve of attack against an opponent. The Force-Objective Duality is maximized within the third vector, the objective. This will be our focus today. Back to Scott.
Sweet.
To get to the objective vector to maximize damage and control, we need to enter and apply pressure. In order to achieve this, we're going to use a front elbow destruction to a straight blast. So front elbow destruction for the entry, straight blast for pressure to get us to the objective vector.
So enter, pressure, objective, and clear.
Once we achieve the objective vector, there are two categories of tools that can be applied. There are damage tools and there are control tools. We're going to give you some examples of each one of these categories and how they're applied.
Within the vector of objective, there are control tools and damage tools. An example of control tools would be a clinch, choke, or arm bar. An example of damage tools would be headbutt, knee, elbow, an arm wrench, or a slap. This is not a complete list of tools. However, within the confines of this video, it gives us some basic examples to work with. We will demonstrate each of these examples. For a more comprehensive breakdown of the Force-Objective Duality, reference the book Strategic Engagement of Force, a field guide for the use of martial arts strategy and tactics. Example 1. Headbutt, knee, elbow, damage, plus clinch, control. Sean and Alex will demonstrate. The destruction, straight blast, and headbutt knee elbow combination is known as the JKD rat. It was created by Paul Vunak to enable military personnel to ramp up quickly within the confines of basic training. Notice Sean and Alex are putting the headbutt, knee, and elbow in different combinations to create damage. Also notice the use of the clinch as a control mechanism. Control and damage are being used interchangeably. Example 2. Slap, damage. As before, Sean and Alex are using an elbow destruction and straight blast to create entry and pressure. The slap is an underrated tool in self-defense. Alex and Sean have put the mask on to illustrate its potency. Slaps yield damage and are not limited to the face. They can be applied to the body and limbs. Example 3. Choke, control. The choke is a control tool. As with any objective tool, enough pressure could also elicit damage. Control tools keep you in the objective vector longer than damage tools. This can be a disadvantage if a quick escape is needed. Example 4. Arm wrench, damage, plus arm bar, control. Notice Sean and Alex are seamlessly flowing between damage, the arm wrench, and control, the arm bar. As with the choke, the arm bar keeps you static in the objective vector, which can be a disadvantage when more than one person is involved in the fight. Over time, the lines between the force-objective duality begin to blur, and the damage and control paradigm are just measures of degree on the road to your opponent's demise. Back to Scott.
Well, the objective vector is what it states. It's the ultimate place, the ultimate objective location for one to achieve within a fight. This is where the most vicious tools on the human body can be applied to an opponent. This is where we also focus the force-objective duality, within this special range of the objective.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want more videos like this one.